Hello one and all, welcome to another fighting video. Since our last and first entry, I have come to the realization that I am a bit of a doofus when it came to the lore. Gonna improve on that. Apart from that, some fun things have been occurring throughout the gameplay of fighting, including the festival began. This time it was pirates versus mermaids, and my second festival, after I was previously playing in the Possessed was Bitten one, which I think I skipped one on accident by just not playing the game for too long. That was dumb. Also, this festival is also already over. I took too long to do things. For the record, I picked mermaids. All hail the pretty princess that is Dom. In other news, character number 15 has been added, Mr. Coil himself, the hellhound boy who beat the shit out of Steampunk, and 5 biographs. There's a lot of biographs. Those poor biographs. He's a really fancy support with basically he can shift between offense, defense, healing, whatnot, and just he'll be fun to fight against. He'll get his own video someday. But alas, for now, we have a video to make about Banhammer, the tyrant of the Banlands, and the first character at least I will be covering. That is the son of one of the gods of this Savoth. I don't know how the fuck do you pronounce Savoth? There's an acronym. Specifically, he is the son of Windforce, which is the one I forgot to mention last time because I was a fucking doofus, and I also got a couple of names wrong. So in total, it's Firebrand, Venomshank, Windforce, Darkheart, Illumina, Ghostwalker, and Ice Dagger. The goober gang of the Elemental Heights. In being the son of one of those deities, Banhammer is canonically probably the strongest fighter in the game, though he pretty much he's a super tank in the game. But he still is pretty balanced. The in-game explanation is he wears a blindfold at all times. There's nothing wrong with his eyes. In fact, he has 4. He just does it to challenge himself. Which is incredible. Anyways, how about we get to talking about how he plays. As a side note, thank the gods for this update that makes these stats much more easy to find. Anyways, ability-wise, we have his passive, Oathbound, which, side note, before this update, I didn't know passives existed. He takes reduced knockback and also has no shield to nerf, which is, fucking fearful. His basic attack, tied with Hyper Laser for the highest damage from just primary attacking, is just swing the hammer in a wide-ass arc. It is so wide, it's very nearly 360, do not underestimate it under any circumstances. Order is well, you slam the ground with your hammer, it freezes you for a second, so it's a bit hard to aim sometimes, but it does a bit of damage. It recharges fast. It's just standard bitch slap ability. Deposition, meanwhile, Deposition can send you across the map. As his movement ability, you basically swing yourself in a gigantic wide arc across the entire map, and it can go poorly sometimes. You fuck. And finally, we have the finisher, Judgment. You slam the ground around you, anyone who's below 50% HP dies instantly, and if you hit anyone with it, it recharges instantly. Up to 5 times in a row. If you get a chain going, you will become the king of the battlefield in 2 seconds. Charges gained through this don't persist if you die though, so it's one life ability basically. Well anyways, I think you've heard enough of me ramble for a good while. Well, we just actually play the game a bit. well, Banhammer fulfills his role well as the tank of the game alongside Katana, but I don't know much about Katana. I just know he's fucking durable. He's slow. Well, he's decently mobile, but still slower than any other movement ability. It gets him across the map, but it can't really chase down people effectively. So you really gotta watch your positioning as him. You're a brute force hammer, literally, if the enemy is just not paying attention, and you can rip them apart in seconds, but if you screw up and you just sit still, or you try to go up against too many people, your HP bar is going to melt, and just because you're tanky, not tanky enough. Nevertheless, he's still one of the more fun characters in the game, just because you kind of get to turn your brain off a little bit and just charge the enemy and bash their head in, and most of the time it works. Most of the time. It's very fun when it works. When playing Banhammer, you want to do two things. You want to stay near your team, take hits for them, keep them safe, but also you want to hunt and punish the enemy for clumping up. If there are too many of them in one space, you can wipe that entire team out in a split second, and they need to know that at all times. Some characters have the DPS to just punish him for doing anything, some really can't and just have to flee. Others have such overzealous movement that you're basically unable to touch them as Banhammer, but that's what makes it fun. There's 15 characters, they're going to be different, they're going to have different ways to fight everyone. That's why I love this game so far. Now then, why don't we look at what happens when Banhammer is in his fucking element?